अगर लेता हूँ तेरा नाम मोहब्बत होती है बदनाम अगर लेता हूँ तेरा नाम मोहब्बत होती है बदनाम
Guyana. Get ready for the first virtual Amerindian Heritage Extravaganza. Brought to you by the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs on Wednesday, September 1st at 19 hours on NCN, HJTV, E-Networks, TVG, NTN 69, MTV 65 and the Ministry of Amerindian Affairs Facebook page. With performances by the Mainstay, Batavia and Pakuri cultural groups, the Riverside Angels, the Couchman family, Brandon Harding, the Mighty Pakuri, Beanick, Daniela Arajo, and Andy Penyu, all backed by the Calibro Band and the Castro Brothers. Let's celebrate Amerindian Heritage Month 2021 under the theme, Maintaining Our Traditional Integrity, Celebrating Our Cultural Identity, on Wednesday, September 1st at 19 hours. Don't you miss it.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Let's get to the news in detail. While it is well known that GWI offers crucial support for the nation's economic well-being, it appears that post-2020 it was not managed with any regard or reverence for the people. Expressing this viewpoint, among others, was a minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez. The minister noted that GWI was found in a state of crisis. It was fraught with mismanagement and corruption. In June, we had reported that SOCU was called in to investigate suspected financial irregularities at GWI, and among them was a $9 million contract for a water treatment chemical called Sequest. These financial irregularities allegedly took place while the coalition government was in power, under ex-boss Dr. Richard Van West Charles. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur newspaper. And now let's tell you staff members at the EPA, Ministry of Legal Affairs and other related stakeholders recently participated in a virtual workshop focusing on the legal framework for environmental impact assessments in Guyana. The activity got underway on Monday, August 23rd and concluded on Wednesday, August 25th. The workshop was executed by Impact Justice, which is a regional civil society justice sector reform project funded by the Government of Canada. Recently, the importance of environmental impact assessments has come to the forefront in Guyana as the country navigates its newfound oil wealth and considers the environmental, economic, and social implications on its growth and development. In other news, an employee attached to the West Demerara Regional Hospital was yesterday remanded to prison by Magistrate Zamina Alisi Paul after he was charged for stealing 12 COVID-19 booklets belonging to the Ministry of Health. 27-year-old Avinash Ramehewar made his first court appearance in the Lenora Magistrates Court, where he was not required to plead to the charges of simple larceny and forgery. Last Tuesday, Ramhewar, a bus driver, and 2 other employees were arrested after they were found with 4 blank COVID-19 booklets, 17 stamped sick leave forms, a stethoscope, and other items in their possession. And now let's tell you, a group of men are now living in abject regret and a great deal of pain after a woman they assumed was an easy prey to rob retaliated with an unexpected level of vengeance. After being robbed of a large sum of cash, the woman reportedly trailed the men. Upon spotting them in their getaway car, she fearlessly drove her Audi SUV into them, which caused the car to turn turtle. The woman reportedly ran off a street located in the Diamond Housing Scheme on the east bank of Demerara around 14 hours. According to eyewitnesses, the incident took place in the vicinity of Mark Poolside. We understand that the woman had gone to a bank in the Diamond area earlier this afternoon to withdraw over $300,000. Based on the video that was recorded of the aftermath, it could be seen that one of the perpetrator's body was bent in the shape of the letter C in the gutter. Investigations are ongoing. In other news, a Superbet outlet located at Bladen Hall, East Coast, Demerara was Thursday night attacked by armed bandits. A 20-year-old cashier was robbed of $220,000 by the two men, who also robbed three other persons of cash and other valuables, including a car valued at $2.6 million. Investigators were informed that the two men, one of whom was dressed in a camouflage outfit, attacked the cashier at gunpoint while she was closing up, and told the three men who were in the betting shop at the time to lie on the floor and empty their pockets. A 33-year-old taxi driver told police that the men stole his white Fielder wagon, valued at $2.6 million, driver's license, and several other documents for the vehicle. Meanwhile, 21-year-old Arfan Shasuddin of Port Morant, East Berbice, was on Monday placed on $120,000 bail when he appeared in court for allegedly raping a minor. Shasuddin appeared in the Wim Magistrates Court before Magistrate Renita Singh. He was not required to plead to the indictable charge, which alleges that he raped a child under the age of 16. Magistrate Singh placed the defendant on bail, and the matter was adjourned to September 23rd. And to wrap things up this evening, let's tell you that a seaman who was arrested on Thursday for being in possession of only 0.6 grams of suspected cocaine had told the cops that he was only carrying the illegal drug just to catch a day's work so that he could buy some food for his son. The seaman, identified only as a 26-year-old male, was busted around 15:30 at the Parika Fisheries Road. According to a police report, cops had received a tip that he was selling drugs at the location. Police ranks headed down to the area immediately and located him. The seaman was confronted with the accusation, and the ranks decided to conduct a search on him. In his pants waist, they found a white plastic tube containing the pieces of suspected cocaine. He was arrested and taken to the Parika police station, where he remains in custody. And with that, we've come to the end of this evening's newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful and a safe weekend.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
All right, Mr. Lal, as we wind down to the final minutes of the Glenn Lal show right here.
Jobs. We become servants in our own home. That's all you're hearing. Jobs and jobs from these leaders' mouth. It is the only thing they talk about. With every single project they embark on, every foreign company comes here, all you hear is how much jobs them generating. There is nothing of substance for us with our own damn wealth. We become subservients to them all, cleaning up the mess, picking up garbage, and security works. Yes, that's the kind of job we get, which allows the foreign players to pay us nothing. This is the kind of benefit Guyana is getting from our rich, blessed resources, Guyana. Look around and you will see for yourself in the bauxite industry what we get. Jobs and losing billions. In the gold and diamond fields, jobs, losing in the billions. In the lumber, taking all the best timber out. What we getting? Low paying jobs. Only jobs. Subsistence money. Money that can barely buy milk for them people babies, keeping us in poverty, while the foreigners sucking out the blood of our wealth year after year. What this means, Guyana, is simple. Our leaders are paying the foreigners to come here and rape us and give us next to nothing for our own resources. They are giving us crumbs. Are we going to sit back on the seawalls every Sunday and drink rum and smoke? Or are you going to allow this country to continue without taking any action? I hope not. I really do. Look, a new venture is on the horizon. The oil, sweet oil, themselves the most expensive oil to sell and cheaper to produce. See what you will be getting. Just what you're getting from the gold, timber and bauxite is the same thing happening all over again in this oil sector. Man, brothers and sisters, don't do yourself this. Our leaders already have us in that situation. Jobs and more jobs. I guess if you don't remember, let me remind you. The first set of people them train, guess is to do what? Is to clean the oil mess. Them give it a fancy name. They call it anti-pollution. Is to clean up them mess to the oil spill them expecting. You hear that? You hear that, guys? Yes, jobs. You give them a nice coverall and a helmet that make them feel they are part of the oil industry. And then poor fellas telling you they're working with Exxon. While our leaders think that is the best thing oil companies can do for your country. Yes, these morons. Massive employment in Guyana. Cleaning mess. The oil field waste. That is what our leaders settling for with our wealth. They employ a couple of our brothers out there as token, just to show them hiring Guyanese.